I want to apologize real quick for the rain noise outside. Well, yeah, basically I sold the Sunny and suddenly the world decided not to be sunny anymore. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now, as you know, I decided to try selling the Sunny without doors, and I made a little ad. I put all the good things about it, like certified for 2 years, engine runs well, at least now it does. And I basically just listed it as a reverse cabriolet for driving through the rain, but not really because it will rain in through the doors. But you know, you kind of get the idea. Just a fun little car when it's sunny outside and you want to drive around with no doors, and it's a cheap car, so it's not too bad if it gets broken or anything. This was my first time trying to sell a car, but I realized pretty soon that there's like a pattern onto the kind of buyers you get. First of all, you get the dealerships. Now the dealerships are sleazy little who show up and try to lowball you to just get like cheap cars off, I don't know, unknowing little idiots like me. And they come up and they're like, I'll give you 300 euros for your car. And you know, this is exactly what it's worth, and I know this because I'm a dealer. And I'm like, yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen today. And then they said, you know, the dealership is the most trusted and we can take it off your hands right now. I'm like, yeah, but you're also giving me absolutely no money. So basically none of them gave me anything I could work with. What's even worse though is dealers who pretend to be private buyers, who like message you up like, oh, that's an interesting car, I've been looking for one like that for a while. And then you look at their WhatsApp profile picture and it's like, my name is Rizwan, I sell cars, come to Rizwan Auto Dealer. Next up we have the private buyers. Now, it was to be expected, but the people who want to buy a doorless Sunny are not exactly, I don't know, the most normal of people. You have people who are like, yes, I want to take this to a track day, and then you're like, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to die. I mean, I went through like a roundabout and I had tires squeal. Anyway, yeah, and then there was this one guy who wanted to buy it off me, but then he was like, oh, it's such a shame that you fixed all the rust. I would have preferred to weld all the rust, which I understand if it's on like a important structure bearing part, or maybe if it's like a large panel, it might make sense to weld. But when it's like small tiny gaps in like the gutters, it's gonna be really difficult to weld. So I told him that, and then he's like, yeah, to be honest, I don't know anything about welding, but I have a friend who welds and I thought he could do it for me for free. And I was like, alright, okay. I also had some people who just called me up to say I had a cool car. I literally had one guy who just picked up the phone and was like, oh, I have vet coole teringauto, which basically is like super awesome car in Dutch words. But yeah, and then it turned out he was like, yeah, I don't actually want to sell it, I just wanted to say that you're a fucking legend, my man, and then he hung up. Now, considering it wasn't exactly the most appealing buy, and I was going to look for a project car anyway, I'd said that if you have a project car that's a little bit interesting and you want to trade it for the Sunny, I'll take it from you. Anyway, the first offer I got was a VW Polo from the year 2000, and it looked in good nick. I didn't get any pictures of the interior though, so maybe it was horrible. But anyway, it looked in okay nick. It had slight bit of MOT left, so I was like, sure, you know what, it's worth about 600 euros. I actually wanted around 700 euros, or well, at that time I wanted 800 euros for the Sunny. But yeah, I mean, trading it for a different car is cool, and who knows, maybe I could spruce up this other car and sell it for a profit. But then he never responded ever again. First he sent me a whole bunch of messages really quick after each other, and then afterwards just nothing at all. Next up though, there was a guy who wanted to trade me a Nissan Micra from the same year, and I was like, I don't really want it. So I was like, sorry man, but like a Nissan Micra, it's kind of worse, so unless it's in like very good condition, I don't really want it. And he was like, well, you know what, it's not in very good condition, but it's not one Micra, it's two Micras. And I was like, I don't want two cars. But he's like, yes, but one of them has a really good engine and the other one has a really good interior and exterior, so you could combine them to make one good Micra. So I was like, I do not want your fucking broken Micras. I don't think that 2 horribly broken Micras are worth as much as one relatively decent Sunny. And he was like, yeah, but you know, if you do this and like go to this specific dealership and you export, you can get up to like $650 for this. And I was like, you know what? $650 is a very nice amount of money. If you do that and you give me the $650, you can have the Sunny. And then suddenly he was like, oh no, the Micra's only worth 200. You know what? Why don't you just give me the Sunny for 200 euros? Now this was absolutely the lowest bid I had ever gotten for the Sunny. Even the dealerships bid 300 was the lowest I got from a dealership. I also got like 400 and 450 from a dealership. And then meanwhile this man is like, yes, 200 is the best price you're ever gonna get. He found my first Sunny video where I was like, I bought it from a gypsy, and he was like, this car is basically ready to go to the scrapyard, and the scrapyard will pay you 150. You know what? Why don't you give it to me? I was like, no, thank you. Please go on your way. The price is 700 minimum. And then he was like, oh yeah, but you know what? You hit me up. I know that you're gonna toss it in the scrapyard. And he kept sending me messages like, yo, is it in the scrapyard yet? If it isn't, come on, do yourself a solid and sell it to me for 200 euros. So eventually I just muted him. I realized since he managed to find my first video, he might also find this video, in which case, best of luck with the broken Micras, and I'm sorry it didn't work out, man. Now the final trade option I was given was a BMW Compact E36, which is honestly a pretty decent car, but it felt really sketchy. It felt really sketchy, especially because he sent me like a picture of this car and it had the license plate on it. And in the Netherlands you can look up the license plate, and then if it's on AutoScout it would just say this car is available on AutoScout, and well, look at that, it was available. So I was like, let's go see at the rest of his pictures and how much he asked for it. And I looked at the rest of his pictures and it looked relatively decent. It was a bit dirty and like not in the best nick, but I mean pretty good. And then he was asking like 1,200 euros for it, which is double pretty much of what I was asking for the Sunny. So I was a little bit concerned. And also in the advertisement he said, yes, I'm selling my car because I'm leaving the country. So I was like, this might be a scammer, you know. But I was like, well, he has to come here and he has to actually bring the car with him when he comes to look at the Sunny. So I was like, you can come by. However, it ended up not going to him. Instead, at the last minute, someone hit me up and he said, I want to buy your Sunny. And I was like, well, sorry, someone is coming with a different offer tomorrow. By that I meant the BMW. And if it doesn't go on, you can come after. And he's like, I can really only come today. And I was like, well, if you don't make big trouble, I'm not going to like do any deals with you, because somebody else is already coming with a pretty good offer, a nice BMW. I'm not going to basically do any nice deals with you. The price is going to be 700, take it or leave it. And he's like, I'll take it, just let me come. And then he showed up in a Golf Cabrio with his friend and his girlfriend, and he drove the car, and he really liked it. I mean, I went on the test drive with him just down my street, not even that far, but like you could see he got in the car and he was driving, and like a smile came on his face, and he just like generally liked the car. And I was sitting there telling him like, nah, the battery is not too good, and like the engine didn't always start, but now it starts again, and like the doors still have to be painted. And he's like, it doesn't matter. And so yeah, I sold it to him. His girlfriend was not terribly amused, but his friend thought it was like the purchase of a lifetime, which in hindsight, like I personally probably would not have spent 700 euros on the Sunny at all. Especially considering what you can buy for 700 euros. I mean, I'm looking now for a new project car, and there are a lot of good options for 700 euros. But yeah, he was an automotive engineering student, so I don't know, he probably knows stuff about cars. He was doing an internship at the Nissan dealership. Literally, he showed up, he bought the car, and he did a quick like Instagram session with the car, sent all the pictures to his work friends on Snap, and he was like, look, my work friends all think that the car is awesome, thanks so much for the purchase, and we helped him put the doors on. Because, well, yeah, basically, you're not going to drive on the highway without doors. Like, I didn't even dare go 80 kilometers an hour without doors. And Marty didn't even dare get in the car because he's a little Anyway, he got the car. He seemed really happy with it. I was happy with the price I got for it. 700 euros is decent. I broke even, basically. Made teensy weensy bit of profit. A little bit more of a profit if I count the rings as not part of the Sunny, but basically the getting scammed for the rings is just, yeah, part of the Sunny life, you know? Part of the sad Sunny life. But now it's time for a new project. Hopefully I will find one soon. I will put a little video like, look at this, I bought an awesome fucking Ferrari. Probably not, it's probably going to be another shit box. Sadly, I did not make a review of the Nissan Sunny before I left. I didn't actually think I would sell it without the doors, so I thought I'd paint the doors, I'd put them back on, and then I'd make a review. But it turns out Lady Fortune was on my side, and it was pretty much the perfect timing to sell it, because as I said at the beginning of this video, since the Sunny is gone, life isn't sunny anymore. It's literally just rain all the time, and you can hear it outside my window, just static of rain dropping down. But yeah, I had a really good time with the Sunny, and I hope that the new owner really enjoys it. He basically doesn't have to fix anything legally for 2 years, so I think he will be fine.